historically black colleges and universities, children, students sheltering in place, running, afraid, scared, getting bomb threats. Who can learn in an environment like this? And this is the second time this has happened nationally, specifically to HBCUs within a matter of months. Let me bring your attention to a developing story. At least half a dozen historically black colleges, universities in 5 states and the District of Columbia were responding to bomb threats yesterday, with many of them locking down their campuses for a time. Both the FBI and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives are investigating, the agency said in separate statements. Let's put up a picture of a great HBCU president, Dr. Kevin James, who's the president of Morris Brown College. I was able to speak directly to President James today, and he said, and I quote, "Historically, HBCUs are a safe haven for African American students to receive a quality education. It is unsettling that at this time in history, especially during Black History Month, HBCUs are under such an attack. We are hopeful that local and national authorities take these threats seriously and bring justice to the perpetrator or perpetrators involved." There's more to this story. Now, I want to remind everyone, HBCUs are near and dear to my heart. I'm a professor at an HBCU. I graduated from an HBCU. I understand the worth, the value, the impact on the culture HBCUs have. This is the second damn time I'm covering massive bomb threats targeted to HBCU campuses around America. In Georgia, Albany State University warned its students and faculty on social media that a bomb threat has been issued to Albany State University's academic buildings. School officials at Southern University, A&M College in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, told students to stay in their dormitories Monday morning. After search for any suspicious devices, the university gave an all clear later in the day. Normal campus operations were expected to resume today, according to school officials. Howard University. The vice president, Kamala Harris, is a graduate from Howard University. Howard University was also the subject of a bomb threat before dawn on Monday, but later gave an all clear to students and staff, according to radio station WTOP. In Florida, Dayton Beach Police said in a tweet that they gave the all clear at the Bethune-Cookman campus after the school received a bomb threat, but classes were canceled and police said they were going to stay on campus for the rest of the day. Who can learn in that environment? Oh, there's more. Delaware State University, a bomb threat to that campus was made early Monday morning, and police completed a search of the campus by early afternoon. The Delaware State president said, and I quote, "We are safe, for which I am incredibly thankful. But the attempt to disrupt targeted our community because of who we serve and the mission we fulfill." Delaware State President Tony Allen said in a letter to the campus community, "The impetus for such a threat cannot be ascribed to anything other than the most primitive form of racism, a form which is neither new nor unique in this country." Monday's bomb scares came one day before the start of Black History Month, and less than a month after a series of bomb threats were made to multiple HBCUs. What are HBCUs? Historically, black colleges and universities are institutions of higher education in the United States that were established before the Civil Rights Act of 1964, with the intention of primarily serving the African American community. Most of these institutions were founded in the years after the American Civil War and are concentrated in the southern United States. During the period of segregation in the United States prior to the Civil Rights Act, the great majority of institutions of higher education served predominantly white students and disqualified or limited Black American enrollment. These institutions serve a dynamic impact In the United States of America, many of our black scholars come from HBCUs. Many of our black corporate executives, entrepreneurs, inventors, business owners, and educators, they come from HBCUs. Attorneys, HBCUs, right? Here's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid the federal government is treating this like they treated the terrorist attack on January 6th. Oh, it's just a threat. Oh, they didn't really mean it. Everybody's safe. And they won't take it seriously. Now, here's what we know. We know that people have done this before as a way to exploit the vulnerabilities of the facility. They call in a fake threat. They want to see the response time. They want to know what your emergency response protocol is. They do it so that they can understand the weaknesses in your responses. I'm not saying I want that to be the reality, but I am saying this. The federal government, local authorities, school campus security, be on alert. Don't think this is just a prank. Waz, thoughts?
Yeah, obviously this is extremely disturbing. And I think about some of the discourse within the culture surrounding both race and education in the past year or two, critical race theory, et cetera, and all the fake boogeymen that have been sort of roused up by right wingers, right? And also I'm just like, what do people want, right? We know they don't want us to have actual resources to be able to educate ourselves. And so we go off and we form our own institutions to do so outside of the framework of public universities and the public trust, right? And then you can't even do that. They attack those same institutions that, basically arise out of necessity. I wondered, what do these people want? If it's not, make them do it on their own. And when you see people doing it and thriving, they get mad at that as well. It's really concerning. And then, I do wonder about the response, how seriously this stuff will be taken and investigated, what level of resources will be deployed to protect these people, these young people specifically, as a preventative measure. It's crazy stuff.
Yeah, and you kind of answered your own question. Here's what they want. They want black folks to complain and not compete. They are afraid of true competition. And education is a prerequisite, a skill set, a degree, a certification, a credential is a prerequisite to competition in the marketplace. And if they can limit that, restrict it, or eliminate it, they will do so because they want you to complain and not compete.